In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a flip through the new science unit from The Good and the Beautiful. It's their safety unit. I have their course book, their journals, and some books that go along with the science unit. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys my thoughts as we go through it. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Hi friends, my name is Regina, Gina for short, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, like I said, I have a detailed flip through the new science unit from The Good and the Beautiful. It is their safety unit. I'm so excited because The Good and the Beautiful did send this to me and they wanted me to try it out with my kids. And I'm so excited because I wanted to get my hands on this unit, but it's been sold out on their website because they are revising their science units. And this is one of them that they have revised, and there has been some changes to it. So I will be talking about those changes throughout my flip through. It's almost like we're here, we're friends, let's talk about it. Let me know your thoughts as well as I go through this flip through. And I hope that you guys like these types of videos. I love watching these types of videos. So it just gives me an idea if a curriculum will work for our family. If you like homeschool content, motherhood, lifestyle, and anything in between, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So let's turn you guys around and let's see what this curriculum is all about. Okay guys, so this is the safety unit from The Good and the Beautiful. It's going to be retailing for $19.99. So this is the course book, and the first thing that you'll notice that the difference from the previous units is that you're already going to notice that it is already bound. So for me, guys, I love that feature because I'm all about keeping things simple and easy, and it was just one more thing that I had to do, right? If I had to bind it myself. So I really appreciate that. You'll notice that here it says 3 to 8 science unit study. That doesn't mean that you can't incorporate your younger kids. You can definitely incorporate your younger kids into this science unit. They have their student journal as well, and each lesson has different worksheets and activities. It's geared towards grades 3 and 6, and then if you have younger ones, it's up to you to determine if this would be a good fit for your younger kids. You definitely can use this unit for the whole family, especially with the topics that they're going to cover. It's up to you which topics you want to cover with your young ones. So I do have the student journal here that is for grades 3 to 6, and this one retails for $4.99, and they have a student journal for grades 7 to 8 that retails for $5.99. Now I'm not going to show you that one. I only have the grades 3 to 6. The Good and the Beautiful did send me 3 of them over. I'm probably only going to use this journal just for my oldest, and then my youngest ones will just listen in and we'll do it family style. And I will show you inside this student journal as we go through this safety unit and the lessons. I will give you snippets of the student journal as we go along, okay? So let's open this up, and I haven't really taken a look at it yet, guys. So this is gonna be my first impressions, my honest thoughts, and so on and so forth. So you'll have your table of contents. You'll have the unit information that goes over the student journal. It talks about the science wall with the vocabulary words, lesson preparation activities. There's unit videos to watch online, content for older children. So the first thing that you'll notice is that before the old unit, I believe from what I've seen online, there was no student extension. So this one does have a student extension for grades 7 to 8. It's nice because you can incorporate your older kids. And then there's content for younger children. Version, so it just talks about that this is a revised version. And then you have your read aloud book pack, which includes 2 books. So this is the book pack, okay? A mushroom walk and the turn away game. So this book pack retails for $15.98. You get the 2 books, or you can buy them individually. This one will retail for $7.99. $7.99, and there is an additional one which is the cyber safe book, and it retails for $7.99, but I don't have this one, but I will give you a little bit of a mini flip through, and I will show you guys that in this video as well. So it's nice that it does come with books, and I feel like this books is something that I don't have in my book collection. So if you just want to purchase the books, you can purchase the books. You don't have to get every single thing. You can use this according to your needs and according to your child's ages, which is nice. And then there's the lesson extension. My kids are not within this age level right now, but it's nice that you can include the whole family. And it says here that it takes around 10 to 15 minutes per extension. So that is nice to note. There's the supplies needed. So next thing that you'll notice, with the previous edition, there was 8 lessons. This one has 10 lessons. And you'll see here that there's the supplies needed page. There's your vocabulary words. So you can either cut this out if you want to and do a vocab wall. That's very much how a lot of families do it. Or you could just leave it here if you want it just to keep it nice and simple. And that's probably what I will do, just because I have a younger little girl and she sometimes can get very excited with things that are just kind of like on the wall, and she likes tearing stuff apart. So we're probably just gonna leave it here for now. And the good thing is that as your kids get older, you can revisit this unit and talk more into detail depending on your kids' ages. So lesson 1 is about what is safety. And one of the things that The Good and the Beautiful did mention is that they're trying to make the lessons shorter and effective. So that's really nice. And you'll see here that the black text is just what you're reading to the child. It's very open and go. There's a preparation section here, and it'll just really tell you what you need to do, and everything is here within this course book. And these are some cutouts that go along with the first lesson. And for the journal for lesson 1, there is just a little color worksheet. That's just for lesson 1, and that's for grades 3 to 6. The lesson 2 is about fire safety. This is an important topic for us to teach our kids regardless of their age, and depending on your child's age level, you can go over certain things that you feel that are more important for their age level. I'm seeing here stop, drop, and roll. These kind of things are important for our kids to know about. It even says a fire escape plan. These are kind of things I haven't talked to my children about. So I feel like this would be really great for us to get into. And you can see they're not super long lessons. And if you feel like they're too long for your younger ones, you can always kind of like cut up the lessons if you want to. At the end of the day, you can use this as a guide, and it doesn't have to be, okay, lesson 2, we have to do that all in one day. You can cut up certain things and maybe make it almost like, okay, for lesson 2, we're probably gonna go over this throughout the whole week and just grab little snippets here and there. For lesson 2 in the journal, we're gonna do a fire escape plan. So this is really nice, and we're gonna map it out. Additional floors if you need it. And that is lesson 2. So really nice to add that to the course. I really like these student journals. I can see myself photocopying like a worksheet like this for my youngest son, but I can't see him doing a safety plan. I could see myself doing that with him and we going over it together, but not him doing it on his own, since he's gonna be in kindergarten, right? So, but I can see us talking about these certain topics and him really being engaged and learning something. So water safety, this is gonna be perfect because we have a pool, guys. We're gonna be going to the lake. We're gonna be going to the beach this summer. So I feel like this would be perfect for us to do even over the summer right now. So this is gonna be really nice for us to do. And it even tells you the certain parts that are geared towards the age group. So it'll be over here, you see grades 3 to 6. And this is the extensions, and it'll tell you, the vocabulary words that you're going to be using. Very open and go again. And that is the lesson 3. And here is the journal that goes along with it. And what you'll notice in the journal is that you can actually take out the pages. So, and you can add it to a binder, or you could just keep it here. And I think it's kind of sweet that you can put your child's name here. This journal belongs to, and put your child's name there. I think that's really sweet. It's really good quality as well. So here is lesson 3. So you have 2 pages for lesson 3. Okay, the next one we're gonna talk about is electricity safety. That's lesson 4. I feel like my kids, especially the younger ones, they're very into outlets and plugs, guys. What is with kids and outlets and plugs? but it attracts them, right? So it's really important to talk about these certain things. And if you feel like some things are gonna go way over your kids' heads if they're younger, you can skip it and then you can come back to this unit. So there is definitely flexibility here. And there is also some pages here that will go along with the lesson, and that is lesson 4. Now let's take a look at the student journal. And I feel like these are very easy things for my 3rd grader to do. So lesson 5, natural disaster safety. My kids are going to they like learning about natural disasters. We spent a couple of weeks just learning about hurricanes and tornadoes. My son even said he wants to go to America to see a tornado. We don't have tornadoes here very often here in Ontario, because I am from Canada, if you didn't know. But we do have hurricanes here. There's sometimes hurricane warnings, and we can have tornadoes here depending on where you live, but it's not very common. We can have floods here. There has been floods, especially in the city. So it's really important for us to talk about these certain things. I've never had these conversations with my kids, I'm gonna be honest with you. Evacuation. So it's gonna talk about even about probably earthquakes. This is gonna be a fun lesson for us to do and something that we can revisit again and again. The lesson will tell you when to go to these journals. So lesson 6, God gave me a body. Now this is important for your kids to learn about, I think, from a young age. And depending on your child's age, you're gonna want to talk about different things. I've always told Nicholas many times that his body is something that is not meant for other people to see, his private parts, and it's something sacred. And we've always let him know that no one should be seeing your nakedness, only mommy and daddy when you're bathing and whatnot, but no one should be touching, certain parts. So we've gone through that, but I would like to reinforce that. And it even talks about strangers and stuff like that. So that's really, and I see here that there's gonna be a role play activity. I'm excited for this, because this is really good, especially for my middle son. He's very social, and he's very, he'll go to a park and he'll start talking to random people. And he's very trusting. So I think that this is gonna be a really good lesson for me to do with my almost 4-year-old. I feel like this is something that we do need to do with him. My oldest is a little bit more stranger danger. My other son, no, he's very trusting. So this is definitely something that I'm excited to dive deep into. And from what I know, I think there is a book that goes along with this. Let's see here. And here is the bribes, lies, and threats role play scenario discussion points. So you can see this is very kind of like you're up and doing different activities. It doesn't seem boring, So here it says optional read aloud is The Mushroom Walk, a gentle book about sexual abuse safety. Optional book pack in this unit. Towards the end, I'm going to be giving you a bit of a flip through and almost like a synopsis of the book, so you can kind of see what it's about and you can kind of look inside of it. So there is no journal entry for lesson 6. Now let's go into lesson 7, safe at home alone. My kids do not stay home alone, so maybe this is something that we can revisit once my son is ready to be home alone, but I probably will go through it and see maybe like 911. I think that's really important for my son to know. He does know how to do that, but it's good to revisit, and it's good for him to know our home phone number and that kind of stuff. So it goes over like emergency situations. So see, it's not only home alone, talking about emergency situations. What if something were to happen to me and I was home alone with Nicholas and he needed to dial 911? I would hope that he could do it, right? So I'm pretty sure there's different scenarios that we can go over. So I'm excited, and you can see that there's little cutouts here and activities calling 911, and it goes through it. I think that's really nice. Emergency information card. Look at that's good to have. I could even like take this out and laminate it and put it on our fridge. So this is calling 911, and I can even see myself tearing this out and putting it on our fridge as well. Kitchen safety. I love getting in the kitchen with my kids. You guys know that. If you follow me here, you know that I am really huge on getting in the kitchen with my kids. Having said that, I feel like we go through simple tasks like don't touch the knife, don't do this. But I feel like I've never done like a unit like a lesson with my kids, and I would really enjoy doing this. Even talking about cross-contamination and all the stuff. There's an extension, be careful what you eat, in their student journal. So let's look at the student journal for this. So there is a picture here. Circle the 8 kitchen hazards hidden in the picture below and tell your parent or teacher why each is unsafe. And there's also a little portion here, probably an activity. So you can see that there's a lot of hands-on activities, and it always goes back to the journal when you have to use the journal. And look, there's even chocolate-covered bananas and strawberries. Oh, my kids are going to love this. And we go over the safety steps that we're going to be taking. Kitchen safety poster. This is really great to put in your kitchen. Kitchen seek and find key. So there's like the answer key for that activity that we do in the journal. This is very sweet. Lesson 9, technology, media, and peer pressure. And I already can see here that there's a book that goes with it, and that's one of the books that was sent to me as well. And that's the turn away game. And I will give you a flip through that towards the end. But you can see that you're going to be talking about these things that are important nowadays. Our kids are very, exposed to social media, technology, and it's really good for us to talk about these things depending on your child's age. I definitely will be doing this, especially with Nicholas, I feel, because he sometimes goes on his tablet and he knows how to use the tablet very well, but obviously it's restricted with certain things, but it's good for him to know. And this is something that I can go back to, right? And I feel like this will be a great lesson for us to do together. So this turn away game talks about pornography, and it's probably going to be a very gentle way for us to talk about that. And I don't have any books like that, guys. I don't have any books like that. So I'm very interested to see how the book looks like. I haven't read the book yet. So it's really just me kind of going through it with you guys and us looking at this together as friends. Stand Strong game cards. This might be to do with peer pressure and whatnot. So there's games. Oh, look, there's like a little board game. This is fun. Really, really fun. So this is the think key. So certain things to remember. And I like that. This is going to be really good for us to do. So the last lesson is gun safety. Now in Canada, we cannot bear arms here. We are our American friends. You guys it's much easier for you guys to own a gun. Here, there's a lot of protocols, but my husband will be getting a gun license in the future. So this right here is definitely something that I do want to go through with my kids eventually. Okay, let's look at the student journal for lesson 10. And it comes with a little activity in here for the student journal as well. Course book, so that is the flip through for the course book and the journal. Now let's look at the 2 books that come in the pack. I only have these 2 books, and then you can get also the Cyber Safe one, but it kind of gives you an idea of, how these books will look like. So the first one is the Turn Away Game. I'm gonna read to you what it's about. A day at the beach gives Dad and his 2 children the chance to address a subject that can be hard to talk about for both children and adults: pornography. Dad creates the Turn Away Game to help his children practice turning away when inappropriate pictures pop up on scenes. Dad warns them to turn away even if they are curious, and he shares how looking at pornography can be addictive. The Turn Away Game is a gentle story that teaches children to discern between bad and good images and the importance of deciding to turn away. So it's up to you now if you feel like your child is ready to read and learn about these things, right? You as a parent, you can decide at what age you want your child to learn about this. Okay, now let's go through a mushroom walk. As Martha and Otto walk through the forest, their mother teaches them about what kinds of mushrooms are safe to eat. Their mother also teaches them about something else very important: sexual abuse. Join Martha and Otto as they learn what to do if anyone ever asks them to do something inappropriate with their bodies. And those are the 2 books that I have. Based on just a little bit of what I saw, I think this are great books in additions to add just to your library in general that talks about these difficult topics that are hard to speak about with our kids. Okay guys, and that is the detailed flip through and just my thoughts as I went through it with you guys. Let me know what you guys think about it.